Great. How you doing?
Doing great, doing great. All right, so we're gonna do something a little different tonight. We're gonna open up the same way we usually do with testimonies between now and our last. Um, so if anybody wants to share anything, um, any kind of experience, anything between now and last Thursday, which is our last session, the floor is open. Roadblocks, any experiences with clients, any new bookings, um, anyone.
I guess I'll go first. Anybody else want to go first before we went first? Okay. Yeah, I booked a 8-night Royal Caribbean cruise on that new ship, Odyssey of the Seas, for 2 people. Hopefully that turns into 6, 2 more cabins. Well, yeah, that'll be 7 people, I'm sorry, with 3 of them in 1 cabin. I also booked a guy's trip to Vegas, and I'm currently working on a Silver Seas booking.
Tough, man. For those who don't know, Silver Seas is it's a nice cruise line. So congrats, man, on we talked earlier, but congrats again on that.
Whoop whoop.
Anyone else want to share anything?
This is Lynette. I got a question for y'all. And
Go
this is
ahead.
for everybody. How do y'all deal with the younger clients that don't communicate through nothing but text or email, whether it be to book or cancel?
That's a good question. And that came up on the webinar I was on yesterday. And I mean, just with that generation, I have a lot of millennial clients. And like you said, text message, not even Facebook, because that younger end of the millennials, they really don't use Facebook as much. But a lot of text messages, some email, but they prefer text and WhatsApp actually. I have some clients that use WhatsApp, but it's just something I had to adjust to because I like to at least have one phone conversation with my clients, Lynette, just to kind of build that rapport. But, in certain instances just like that, we kind of have to adapt. It's harder to build rapport and build that relationship via, but they like that instant communication without having a phone conversation. So you're not the only one that deals with that. But now some information, if I think is pertinent that we have a phone conversation, I kind of stress to them, okay, we just need to talk for, 5 to 6 minutes. It's just some things I need to verbally discuss with you or tell you. I still try to push myself, and this is me personally, one of the first 3 interactions, I try to have one phone conversation just to kind of, just have that phone. To me, it's just a lot easier to build that relationship if you have that one phone conversation. And then you're not taking anything out of context via text or anything like that. So,
Right. I get you on that because that texting can get really, really out of context, and you can say some things and then they take it the wrong way, and then that's a lost client.
Right. Right now, another alternative to that is I've also used, Zoom, Join Me, GoToWebinar, some kind of, and you don't even have to show your video. Some people prefer, but some kind of teleconferencing, application to kind of communicate as well. So.
Well, I know for me,
Go ahead.
yeah, I know for me, like the last client who I booked that 8-day cruise with, she doesn't like talking. It's all messenger. Messenger, 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 messenger. Matter of fact, I haven't talked to her for the last 2 trips we booked. And, at first, I really wanted to have a conversation, but I didn't push it because when she paid $3,500 without talking to me, I said, that's the way she likes to do business.
Okay, we never got to talk then. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to add to that?
Yes, I add. Hello, Maurice. This is Lisa. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How you doing?
I'm great, busy, tired. Don't even know what day of the week it is, I think. But I'll add to it. I just recently got a girls trip for next year, group of 20 to Jamaica. And they're between 22 and 24, and they text. So what I did was I put some guidelines to the texting. I said, number one, no shorthand because I'm over the 40 club. Number two, anything you want to change, it cannot come in the form of text. So what I did was I had a Zoom with all of the ladies at the beginning. They understood everything, and now we can just text all day. But if they want to change anything like room type, they want to add someone, all of that has to come through the form of email so it can be documented. Because sometimes text messages get erased. But the younger crowd, they love the text, not really so much inbox. So you're right on that, but they love texting. And they want to do that shorthand mess, but I'm old. I don't do shorthand. So I make sure they spell out what they're trying to say instead of that other mess. But that is true about the younger crowd. If you have that conversation with them up front, they understand everything and it's coming out of your mouth, not out of their friend's mouth, or she told me this, or my girl told me this, and it's not true, but it's coming out of your mouth. Make sure they hear it from you. Then it'll be smooth sailing from there. We can text all day.
Good stuff. Thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I like too that you kind of stress the fact that any changes, and that just to cover yourself, any changes that they want to make, can't do it via text, has to be verbally. So that's a great point that you brought up there. Anyone else want to share anything? We still got a few more minutes.
Hey, this is April.
Hey, April, how's it going?
Wonderful. So I wanted to share something. I took a class today that was absolutely amazing. It was about terms and conditions, especially moving forward in the travel industry. Right. And just how you really need to spell out certain things and be clear. So if you guys have terms and conditions, because there are a lot of companies or vendors that are not giving back refunds, and we've seen companies that have been going under, and people are like, hey, I want my money back. I want, so one of the things that they were saying is, as far as your terms and conditions, like, any unforeseen events, but also pandemics and was it epidemics or something like that? They were like, because people are taking people to civil courts and whatnot, like you have to unfortunately put all this stuff in there and just make sure that they know ahead of time, hey, here are my terms and conditions. They're subject to change at any time. You're not responsible for this. I know one of the things that I was telling her was my well, not necessarily a concern, but for me, sometimes when clients want to book ATVs, I tell them that I don't do that, but I can send them somewhere. I can give them a referral or to where they can book it, because I've seen too many people get hurt and doing ATVs, or it flips over and they hurt themselves. You're not about to hold me accountable for your actions on your trip. So she was saying that there's also a verbiage for that. So and just making sure that in this new environment that we're fully covering ourselves from all ends. So if you guys don't currently have terms and conditions, you may want to look into getting those, just to make sure that we're covering ourselves, especially with people trying to get their money back, especially if you're going through let's say a Travelify, Travel Joy, whatever, and they're and the money's coming directly to you and not to the vendor. So but like I said, it was a really good, insightful class that I took, especially in post even getting out of during in this new environment with this whole coronavirus and stuff. So it was just really interesting.
That's good. So who hosted that webinar, April?
I'll have to put her name in the chat. I think it was like Gillian. So she's a lawyer, but she's also a travel business as well. So her commentary was, based on, hey, she's a travel lawyer. I think I'm not sure if that's the correct term, but so she was able to kind of put that just kind of share that information. And then she was also saying to understand the information based on your state, because Florida, California, and New York have different travel laws. So she was just saying that was important, but I'll find her name and put it in the chat.
Okay, cool, thanks. Terms and conditions, very, very important. Gotta cover ourselves. Anyone else before we get started? You heard me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Anyone else?
This is Lisa.
Hey, Lisa, go ahead.
I haven't even 100% solved it, but the Cancun group that I have for June, it's interesting because my favorite vendor who I book with, they're really trying my patience on this one here. But I've decided to move the entire group to next June 2021, and everybody is good with that except for one girl. I said, I guess she want to go solo because her friends want to go in 2021. They don't want to travel with her in October, like she wants to go. But anyway, I'm still currently waiting from Planet Hollywood to tell me what freebies they're going to give me, because they were considering it, they were thinking about it. But Vacation Express wanted me to go ahead and sign this contract. And I was like, no, thank you. I will not. We will patiently wait on Planet Hollywood. So at least I was able to move the dates. Therefore, I can always extend it. I can add to it with more people, which I plan on doing. The only thing that is not locked in is the airfare, because it's too early to tell. That kind of scares me. But the vendor told me they'll work with me to get it about the same price, or maybe we can get it even cheaper when the airfare is open for that time frame. So I just went ahead and made an executive decision because some ladies still wanted to go. I was like, I love life. I have a family. I got parents that love me. I still want to be here, and Cancun can wait till next year. So with that, we'll be going June 2021 around the same time.
So thanks for sharing. I did the same thing, made a decision to move groups. One is with the same brand, but I got a couple questions for you. I'm gonna ask you offline though. I'm gonna follow with you on that.
Okay, not a problem.
So that's good. You're able to save that. The main thing we want to try to do is not cancel, but reschedule and try to save these bookings. I know everyone's taking a hit. I know I've taken a huge hit from this. I know everybody has. It's just one of those things we can't control, but I'm still positive. Still keep pushing forward. Like we said, 2021 is still open, late 2020 possibly, we just don't know, but we got options. So we'll go ahead and get started. It's 8:15. So tonight we're kind of doing something a little different here. Okay, I'm sorry. We're just talking about, because we kind of mentioned Antigua on the last webinar, I believe, last Thursday. So we decided we'll just highlight a property. And this particular property is what kind of drove me myself a few years ago to kind of transition into kind of focus on the niche, and that's luxury travel. When I realized that people would pay, at least $7,000 to $8,000 for a 4-day vacation, I realized that it was a lot of money as far as, it's just a different type of product. A lot of different boutique properties. Those are your smaller hotels. As you can see from the picture here, and Jamal's going to, everybody can see the screen, right?
Yeah, we can see it. Can everybody see it?
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, this particular property is a boutique property, and like I said, when I was searching for a vacation to Maldives for a client, and this was a year before the travel date. Actually, over a year before the travel date when they initially reached out to me because they knew it was pricey. They wanted to take a large group of people, but ended up we didn't do Maldives. We did this property. Only has 30 suites. Those are hilltop suites and a couple of what they call beachfront suites. But it's a pretty cool property. I believe, Jamal, you posted earlier as an award won this year, right?
It wasn't this year. I think it was 2017.
2017.
When I was looking at it, and I'm like, I have to share some of these pictures. I mean, it was nice.
Yeah, so this is like a privately owned, small staff hotel. And so what we'll do is actually, I'm going to just give you some facts. I'm going to run down some facts, and then we can kind of navigate the site there. Anyone familiar with this property or been to this property, had clients go here? Hermitage Bay?
Tell them how much it costs a night.
Actually, you know what? Can you pull up the rates and let's see what the rates are currently looking like? So I know this may be lower, but they usually have a standard rate for the rooms. In the Hillside pool suite, it was over $1,000 a night. Put it like that.
Oh, that's
all inclusive. One restaurant, meals included, menu changes depending on they have they grow all the vegetables and herbs and stuff on the property. A lot of the boutique properties like this, and you see a lot of properties going like eco properties that do this. So right here, that's the beachfront suite. What is that? $1,000 per night. Yeah. So they're doing a free upgrade right now. Usually if you get the garden suite, you can upgrade to the beachfront at no additional cost. That was a promo they were running. Actually, they've been running that off and on for the past 2 years. The Hilltop suite.
There you go.
The Hillside, okay, $1,260 per night. So like I said, it's kind of a unique property. If they don't have it available on the property, they'll go get it for the client. It's one of those type deals. Private transportation is included once they get to the airport. They have a private beach. They have a boat that'll take you to another private beach. It's almost like a private island. This is a unique property. So this is the Instagrammable room category here, the Hillside Pool Suite. So, Jamal, I don't know if you got that link I sent you for the video. Yeah, if you can, if we can share that video. And then this just kind of show people, too, as well, different things you can do to market your business. So this is a couple that actually goes to different properties. And whenever they do, they create a YouTube video highlighting different room categories. They may highlight the restaurants, things like that. So kind of gives you a first-hand look. Of course, they're going to refer people as a call to action to contact them to book it. But this is the Hillside Pool Suite here.
But you guys notice that they got their information in that video. So do not share that.
Hey, Jamal, the screen is kind of cut off.
All right, let me try to fix this 1 second. Hold up for 1 second.
Okay.
Give me 1 second, guys. It went inside Internet Explorer, and I want to go inside Chrome. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Boom. And it's kind of low, so I try to cue it up with my volume. Can you see that screen now?
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Very unusual. You might have seen the famous picture of the pool with the view, sun shining, cloud down. Yes, a little rain coming through today, but got a very South Pacific feel about this area with these pecan mountains looking like we're up on a mountainside. This is only about 300 way up. So you got your own private plunge pool, yourself in the edge, also, you know, the bay. Some people say Herman. I say no time. Bay. Stunning mountain chairs, bricks right there. South Orlando living in a go back. That area is completely open. A nice fact about Antigua is there are no snakes, ladies and men concerned. No snakes on Antigua. So no worries about snakes slithering in. Just beautiful birds, wonderful beaches, great people, and a wonderful resort. Clean, they take cleaning and all that stuff serious. I think we both gained 10 pounds this week. It's an all-inclusive. It's a fine all-inclusive property, and the food is not all-inclusive. And what I mean by that is it's all-inclusive, but it's not like all-inclusives usually taste. This is like culinary. This is how like finer resorts food taste. They have really good chefs. We had a fantastic dessert today. They had homemade ice creams. I mean, we had some of the best food we were at a resort this week. So this place is for people who really want food, really want relaxation. Once again, there's only 30 suites. There's beach fronts, which I have a video of. There's garden views, which are kind of medium, you know, in the medium, and then these mountainside suites. These are the top. You look at the view, and they provide, you know, you get a golf ride up and down anytime you call, anytime you want to go down. You're not trapped. They'll come right up and get you. So as you can see, Amanda walked right through. These doors open wide up, right open to the ocean, to the Caribbean Sea. So it completely opens up, and then when it comes to later in the day when it's seal time, you close them up, seal them, right air conditioning, but you can live like this, indoor, outdoor. His and her closets. Remember, we're in this room, so apologize, but there's stuff in there that's really like. Stuff over. This is her, of course, and then mine's right there. Same exact setup, the shelves and all that. Both got end tables, a work area. TV has nice choices of things. In here of channels. I mean, you got all your essentials. But the Wi-Fi is the main one. So you have your little mini fridge, and we have your scotch, your vodka, the rum, Ting. We're big fans of Ting. Okay, so I'm gonna have a Ting when we're down here. Ting, so I love Ting. It's a Caribbean drink. It's got a grapefruit. It's really good. And it's really good with vodka as well. Coffee, tea, water, ice, snacks. Safe surround sound in the rooms as well. Air conditioning. And this room, the Hillside suite is really nice because most of the beachfronts don't have a door locked open. These doors close. It's chain right here. These close so you have privacy when you're in the bathroom. Some of the rooms in the beachfront do not have privacy. And that might be an issue with you. Just let us know. And you should book with Caterers Travel. Make sure your bookings are done properly. Let us, have us manage them. We'll request whatever you need. Make sure we qualify you, which is working best for what your situation is. I know for the fact that most honeymooners might not be comfortable using the bathroom in front of each other. Maybe you will. But these are all the things you're not thinking about when you're putting together your honeymoon. There's a soaking tub with a shower handle, like what we call a wand. And there's also every suite here has an outdoor shower. It's really nice. Never showered underneath the moonlight. You got a handheld rain shower, and you have both on it, or one or the other, and look at your view. And that view only gets more spectacular when the sky is clear. That's the harbor. That's Jolly Harbor over there. I went for a scuba dive over there today, and that was nice. Nice scuba dive. I was a little shocked. I thought it was going to be a little murky, and it was good visibility. Saw some sharks, some parrotfish, barracuda, all kinds of colorful fish. You see those specials. So lobsters, huge lobsters. I saw one lobster that was it was massive. I'm not lying. Like this. It was huge underneath the shelf. It was unbelievable. It was 100 years old. So this is the Hermitage Bay Resort and Spa. Allow KVS Travel to handle your travel arrangements. We don't charge any fees. We spend our own money to travel. This is not a free trip. We pay full fare, so we can experience it as a guest experience it. I don't want a resort ever saying, hey, what are you doing telling the truth about something? We gave you that room. Nobody's allowed to do that to me. Because here, I'm going to tell you a couple things. I don't like the tile work in that bathroom. I hope they update that. I'm sure they will. I still like those little glass tiles. I think they're a little dated. That's about the only thing I've found. Am I right, Amanda? That I would change. But their staff has been amazing. The food's been amazing. The location's amazing. The beach is amazing. Yeah, they did not give me much room for complaint, and I'm always looking for complaints. I'm really picky. I'm looking for things to get up on them about, so my clients have a great experience. I didn't have much, so this is if you can afford this place, this is a great honeymoon anniversary vacation. So Sean, Amanda, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the notification button. Let us manage your vacation, special occasion, destination wedding. We'll make sure everything works out well. We can do travel insurance. You know you can trust us. We travel these places. We don't get paid by any resort as far as for their endorsement. So everything we tell you is endorsed by us. There's the sun. Check out that pool again. I mean, it's nice to just have your own private space. People always looking for private space where they can just, honeymoon, where they just don't have anybody staring at them and stuff. Here, we have it. And look at that view. I gotta tell you, not many places, especially all-inclusive, are gonna have that view. And the drinks, they're all made by hand. There's no mixes. I haven't seen, like the pina coladas were great. Mojitos were great. Everything was just really good. White Russians, mudslide, everything we ordered was good. One time they messed up a mojito. There's some degree of missing. Boom, no questions asked. Who back corrected it? We requested ting in a room. Boom, it was there. Everything we request, everything we expected, is how they treat their clients. So I can't say enough. It's been a great experience. Now, drop this video, give us a call if you want to have the perfect honeymoon, every vacation anniversary, special occasion. Guys, you want to surprise your wife with a great trip. This will blow her mind. Okay? So, subscribe to my YouTube, 610-334-1917. Please do not message me on Facebook and all that. I don't check that stuff. Please just text and call me. I really want you to call me because I want to make sure that you're a serious person. And call me when you're ready. Here comes a jet in of some new Antigua tourists. But make sure you're ready to deposit when you call me because prices could available to change day to day. So serious inquiries only. And we look forward to hearing from you and making your special occasion as seamless as possible. A view from the spa. This is what you will come out of your spa treatment to feast your eyes on.
All right, Jamal, we can stop right there before I book a flight for next year.
Yeah, that was nice. Did you guys think that was nice?
Yeah, what do y'all think about that property?
I think we might have lost everybody.
Yeah. They fell asleep with that sound of the ocean.
Yes, goodness.
So we didn't actually plan to play that particular video, but I was taking notes. There's a couple of things I kind of want to touch on, and me and Jamal kind of talk through them. One is really a couple of things actually. So one is knowledge base and being a subject matter expert. So I've never been to Antigua myself, but I'm certified with the Antigua Board of Tourism through travel agent, I believe Academy or University, one of them. I also, any place I haven't traveled to myself, I do extensive research. And one of the things I always do is when I go to TripAdvisor to get the real as far as reviews. I look at recent reviews. I look at past reviews. I also see if there's a Facebook group for any particular property my client's interested in or destination. All right, and I join that group, and I may engage some. I don't try to sell anything because I don't want to get kicked out of the group for one, and I'm there to actually learn from the people who actually travel to these places. So I just observe and see the pros and the cons, what people like, what people don't like, and see if it's a match for my client. Another thing is actually, a couple things actually, is always reach out to the property if you have a client going there. Don't be afraid to reach out to the manager. The person that's over groups, if you have a group, person that's over marketing. Because the key thing is when you build those relationships, and you've heard us say this before, you never know when you're going to need to leverage that relationship to help your clients. This particular resort, I had started off going with 6 people going, 3 couples. They don't do groups at all. It's more of an intimate setting. They want people to have their privacy, so they usually don't do groups. My booking started off with 30 people. We ended up with 4 people. And they wanted to know if we could actually get all 30 suites. And they said, no, we don't even do any more than 10 people, and that's pushing it. They can't even dine together. So they don't do groups. But what happened was one of the couples missed a flight going to Antigua, so they got there a day late. I had to figure out a way to fly them through Puerto Rico to get there, but they missed the night. So, because I've already been in contact with the resort and the person over marketing, then they weren't billed for that, not checking in that night. They accommodated them. They offered a free night on the tail end of the trip, actually. They didn't take it. They did other things, offered other amenities because of the birthday trip. So because I've been in communication and built that relationship, it was easy for me to actually pick up the phone and call. Yeah, it was, some long distance charges on my cell phone bill, but, it's well worth it in the end, especially with, when you're talking about common commissions. You go over and beyond for any client, but, that's an added incentive.
What's a common commission, Maurice?
I would say, it turned into a 3-night, should have been a 4-night. It was a little over $1,000 per suite as far as a commission. So now if you think about, a client like that, when they refer your services, they have the same kind of network. They don't want to, we've done 2 trips since this right here. No, 3. No, 4 actually, because there's been some referrals. Nothing's been lesser in quality than this, of course. Once they went here, they kind of set the bar, set the standard. So everything else, and then they're going to word of mouth, Instagram, Facebook, social media. People are going to refer your services. So this whole process, as far as interaction, is important as far as the service that we provide for our clients. But common commission, man.
Well, I want to piggyback off of just his property in general. Like he said, you may not travel as much as some of us. We haven't been anywhere in a while, but you could even grab some of these screenshots and make you a nice PowerPoint presentation, 5 or 6 slides. Share it on your Facebook page or go do a live. Can't you do a live where you can share your screen? I'm not sure.
Yep. Well, you can if you link your Zoom to it.
Well, say if it wasn't Zoom, just say if I did a live.
I'm not sure now. I know Facebook launched that. Well, I showed you this morning. Facebook launched a new feature with the chat party. This video chat. I don't know if you can share your screen yet on Facebook Live. I know they added back the feature where you can have somebody come into the live with you, the live feed.
Right.
So, but I don't know if you can share the screen. I know you can link your Zoom to it and share it that way, and also multicast on YouTube Live as well.
Okay,
I see a lot of people doing that.
So say if you made a YouTube video with like he did, but you didn't make it as long, but you talked over it and shared it on Facebook with your information on there. I mean, and just say that's your destination of the week, or this is my resort of the week. Now, if you want more information about this resort, send me your email at whatever your email is. So now you're building your email list. You're also showing your specialization when you focus on one destination at a time. And it also, gives a very, very strong sense of branding. Because you heard what the gentleman said, do not text me. Call me so I can qualify you to see if you're for real. Be ready to make a deposit when you call me. And he even said, we don't charge any fees. So he's branding himself in that video. And I think right now, this would be something very, very great for us to do, because I don't want people to feel like they have to go travel, or they may have not been to a place that they may feel like is like this, kind of get intimidated by locations. But you can just grab pictures and do the same exact thing, or you can go get videos and download the videos and put your name on them.
Are those
Good
pictures?
stuff, man. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, are the pictures copyright? Do you have to worry about that?
That's a good question. There's a couple ways you can make sure that you're covered. What I always do is if certain vendors and suppliers have photos that you can use, and it's specifically for that. You can use a post on social media, on your website, things like that. If I post a picture or a video, I always try to give credit to the person, the source where it actually came from for one. Secondly, usually if you want the high resolution photos, if you reach out to the hotel or resort, say, hey, I'm a travel advisor and I have a client that's interested in your property. Do you have any high resolution photos or a PowerPoint presentation or any kind of media material, fact sheet, anything that you can send me? 9 times out of 10, they already have something packaged up that they'll actually email to you, and that you can use for your social media, your website, anything like that.
Okay.
Jamal, I'm gonna just give everybody a couple of facts about this property. One thing also I kind of wrote down is comparable products. So this particular client initially wanted to go to Maldives. That was one option. The other option I gave was Jade Mountain in St. Lucia, because they had a close friend that had just returned from there. And that actually, Jamal, Jade Mountain is what, $1,600 a night and up?
Man, it'll pay a mortgage, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So, and we've seen rooms and stuff go up to like $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a night. But so as far as comparable products, the reason I jotted that down is Jade Mountain was a little more expensive. It was slightly over their budget. They initially wanted Maldives, but just by qualifying the client, I knew that it wasn't the actual destination, only because they've heard other people say it and mention it and seen it on Instagram or social media or whatnot. But that same, and he even mentioned in the video that particular property had a South Pacific feel to it. So, and the same thing with Jade Mountain. So being able to know, okay, we can't get you here, but if I actually expose them to this property, it's a little slightly above budget, But if you look at the view, if you're familiar with St. Lucie Jade Mountain, you have an amazing view of the Potomac, right? But if you look at this video we just watched, it's a similar type of view. It's not the Potomac. Actually, to me, you don't see Antigua as much out there in the public eye, as far as social media and whatnot. So it's almost like an exclusive experience, if you get what I'm saying. So knowing comparable products to where I didn't just lose a client, I was able to show them, hey, I know what you want. We may not be able to afford this, but I have something that's slightly right at your budget, and you're going to have an amazing time. And this is the option they actually pick. So, take the time to kind of increase that knowledge base as well. But qualifying your clients is huge. It cuts out a lot of dead time that you can use doing other things. Facts about the resort. All right, so like I said, they have 30 individual suites. 4 of them are garden suites, which are pretty much still beachfront. You can still see the ocean. It's just not directly. It's like 2 rows. You have your beachfront suites and then you have your garden suites. So there are 4 of the garden suites, 9 of the beachfront, and then you have 17 hillside pool suites. And like I said, this resort is always running a promo, especially now with COVID-19. A lot of different properties across the world are trying to fill rooms, so they got a lot of promos going on. A lot of people, what they see at this property is what they call split stays, where someone may stay in like an oceanfront suite for 2 nights and then the hilltop suite for 3 nights. You can do that as well. Like I said, when you reach out to these properties and the managers and whatnot, even the vendors and suppliers, they can make a lot happen for you. It's a farm-to-table concept. It is all-inclusive, but like he mentioned, it's only 1 restaurant, so it's not like a all-you-can-eat buffet or, room service, ordering pizza or cheese sticks late at night. But what it is it's a daily menu that changes. No buffets. They have vegan and vegetarian menus and options. It's a premium bar, so premium top shelf liquor, and it's all craft cocktails. Everything's handmade. All the ingredients, they use bitters and they use, herbs and different plants from the garden actually on the property. So, kind of a different experience when you look at it from that point of view as well. As far as the service, they have a small staff, but it's very personable to the people that actually visit the resort. And like I say, anything that they want, if they ask for it, it's they can pretty much get it. So it's kind of a laid back vibe. Water sports are included, but I think one of the main things that really catches people with this are those suites with the infinity pool and the view. This particular property actually in the fall had an agent rate. Anybody can guess what the agent rate was per person per night? Now we saw the regular rate was what, 12. Right now was it 14 of the 14.60 per night, I think.
Yeah, for the hillside.
And they ran this promo for it. They gave you a month. You said $13.99.
Yeah, you said $1,400. $13.99 for the.
No, it was $150 per night per person.
What?
For agent. Yep. It was a promo. They were trying to get people to come visit the resort. When the hurricane came, I forgot which hurricane. Honestly, it was a few years ago. It kind of damaged the resort, and they kind of did renovation and whatnot. But this was in November of 2019. They had a rate for that month for agents.
Wow.
And
Tasha.
$150 per person per night.
Yeah, they did a webinar.
Awesome.
I think that's when they did the webinar, announced that, right?
Yeah, they did a webinar, and it was announced on the webinar. If you weren't on the webinar, then you didn't know about it. So that's kind of an incentive as far as, they're giving us access to this kind of stuff to learn about the product. So, if you can attend these webinars, especially now, because it's literally 4 to 5 webinars every day, from properties to destinations to tour companies to DMCs to, like April said, terms and conditions, how to market your business, PR. There's so many different, webinars out there every single day, literally all day. So many different ways that you can actually increase your knowledge base.
She said, what do they
But
do
yeah,
if it rains?
if it rains, it was actually raining in that video. So it is covered. I saw someone also ask about the now, of course, the the pool and the patio area there, but you can close the doors actually. So yeah, you definitely you won't get wet. As far as bugs, my clients said that no complaint as far as bugs whatsoever. They also have a bug net that you can actually drop down over the bed as well, eliminate bugs. But if you're paying that much up per night, then if I see 2 mosquitoes, it's a problem.
Well, I think once you have the unique selling points of the property, those can really sell itself. You look at being able to tell someone it's a farm to table menu, that right there is a big exclusive. I can't pronounce that word. Um, that right there is major as far as selling that property. Also, that Instagrammable term that people use. You can ask somebody, do you want an Instagrammable moment when you travel? How about this farm to table property with only 30 rooms, giving them the value of how many rooms in the hillside or on the beach. Now you selling it to them by putting them in that actual resort. All your cocktails are handmade. Have you ever had a handmade cocktail? And it may go over some people's head. They may say, yeah, I had a Bud Light. No, handmade cocktail, they make it for you.
That's a mixologist.
But you get what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, just take time. Even if you don't learn about it, you can have the information wrote down right in front of you and read it to somebody, or that person that doesn't want to talk, you can text it to them too.
Yep. And then speaking of comparable products, is again, there's another resort that just opened named Hammock Cove in Antigua, slightly less than this one here. I know they were running some promos too. So
I have the
for this particular.
I have the fact sheet right in front of me. I went to a travel trade show and they gave me this. Yeah, luxury villas, infinity edge, plunge pools, spa style bathrooms, stock wine and liquor bar. Yeah, it tells you everything about it. Actually, I was going to do some videos about Antigua before everything happened. That was going to be my next destination to kind of talk about going away from Jamaica. But we was going through all this stuff. I'm going to go back and do it now. Since the rampant news is kind of died down. But yeah, and like you said, Jade Mountain. If you get them off Jade Mountain onto this right here, and if they don't want to do this, do you guys know another property you can send them to in Antigua? Anybody?
I'm not familiar with the destination.
The Royalton. Can't go wrong with it. Can't go wrong with
it. Right. They just opened the first overwater bungalows in Royalton, actually. Royalton, Antigua.
Yeah. Like, how would you like to go to some bungalows? And that's what I like to do. Like, Maurice had a client that want to go to Maldives. I had someone want to go to Greece for 3 days. That's not going to work. So, just being able to point them somewhere else that, like, is nice, off the grid, not, so popular with, just the average traveler. It kind of grabs them. And once you grab them, you got their pocketbook. Do you need me to go ahead and share this next video, Maurice?
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of the bungalows in Antigua, we can play this video right quick. This is actually the same couple doing a video here. We got like 8 minutes. It may go a little over. You can jump off if you have to. But these are the new overwater bungalows that just opened in Antigua. It's a Royalton property.
Overwater bungalow suites, they are fabulous.
I'm turn it down some. You got a lot of feedback. Okay. There we go.
Right when you come in here, this is where you leave all your tools.
Hey guys, we got about 3 more minutes. Did anyone have any questions about this, what we did tonight? Hello? I mute myself?
No, we hear you.
Okay.
We hear you.
I didn't know, man. I didn't know. Well,
there is a question, I think, in the chat. Did you have any prices on it? I think she was asking.
Yeah, you're looking at about $7,000 on the low end. That's when you catch it.
Oh, I see it now. I'm sorry.
About 12.
And that's for what a typical, like a four night?
Yeah, I like to shoot for 5 if I can, because I know they're not gonna want to leave. Yeah, it's real nice and it's brand new too.
As a matter of fact, and correct me if I'm wrong, I remember hearing yesterday that Royalton's doing some kind of special 20% commission. I don't know if it's particular properties or what.
20%, yeah.
Wow. So 20% commission on that, that's going to give you what, Jamal, about?
Let's see.
All right. All right.
That's Antigua, right? We just do Rome only. Because the flight.
Go ahead, Jamal.
No, I'm sorry. Somebody was saying
something. Travis, Gisela, Lolita, and Rachel. Is Rachel still on?
Yeah, Rachel's still there.
Travis is no longer with us. He just dropped off. I know he had another dream, I believe.
Yeah, well, I think another thing about those bungalows, they're not always available. Because, they don't have many of them.
That's true, just like Charisma.
Yeah, but, they pay pretty good. I'm looking somewhere else. I didn't want to have you guys looking at my screen and get you guys bored. But those are the winners, right?
Those are the winners. We kind of mentioned, we threw it out there last week. So thanks to Savvy Sisters and Miss Tasha Williams, we'll reach out to y'all. As a matter of fact, if you can private message me your email address,
The winners of what? I'm sorry, did I miss something?
Oh, you in for a surprise.
So message you my email address.
Your email address, yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't have any available when I look. But on the highest room category, you're probably looking at about, let me see here. Yeah, that's 500. Just on
Can
the
I put it in
room.
the chat, Maurice, or no?
Yeah, you can. That's fine.
I'm just gonna give you my personal.
Do you guys have another destination that you wanted us to feature, or anybody else want to feature a destination? Lynette had a question. Is that everyone?
It is Ms. Robinson, Lolita, Rachel, and Travis.
I could reach out to Travis.
Yeah.
You know Travis too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Rachel, if you can, we'll get your email information, and Lolita Robinson as well.
Does anybody have another destination they want to share or hear about?
Well, now we were averaging, 30 to 40 people at one time on Thursdays. So if you all can share this back, with your colleagues, it is nothing for us to get, different people to come on, speakers from tourism boards and different resorts, hotels, different people in the industry. We've done it in the past. So, people from these different resources we use, like Travelify and Travel Joy. So we just want to make sure we're providing all of the information. No, Rachel, you didn't win a trip to Cuba.
No, she said, what about Cuba?
Oh.
You want to come on and do it next week for us, Rachel? Rachel's doing it next week. Good. Got a pencil in.
There we go. We got Rachel on schedule.
Rachel on schedule.
We will find you.
I know how to get in touch with her.
Okay, good. So we got Rachel's information. We have Miss Crawford. We have Travis. Ms. Robinson. I don't know if she's on mute.
Well, did anybody have anything else to say before we signed off?
I just want to say congratulations to all the names that were called. I know nothing was presented, but kind of decided to do something behind the scenes. So the names were randomly picked. So if you all can get your contact information, your email address to Maurice, I would greatly appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right,
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. So I guess next Thursday, 8 o'clock, we will dive back into some material. This is kind of different tonight. We'll see if Rachel's going to give us some info on Cuba next week as well. So looking forward to that. But everybody have a blessed evening. We'll post a recording shortly. Thank you.
Be safe, everybody.